Good evening, my beautiful queens and handsome kings doing this evening. How y'all doing? Welcome or welcome back to another day, a new video. This will kind of be like a little different mini girl chat, kind of like a Q&A. I had did one of these videos before on my channel, a little bit while back, and I just wanted to film another one of these videos because I do enjoy chit chatting with you all. I'm sorry, you all, if I'm holding the angle. I'm just trying to find the night. That's right. So you all gonna see me. I wrote some questions down and answers, and you all probably gonna kind of see me looking down. But if you see me looking down while I'm talking, that's why. So the first question was I had posted on my community page some questions or and what you all would like for me to answer. For just in general, it can be related to my personal life or some goals or whatever, or just questions. But only one person had responded and gave me a lot of great questions, and I'm about to start answering them now. Okay, so the first question was, she said, "How has decentering men transform your life?" And I said, "Well, dealing with past relationships taught me to wait on God." And the reason why I say waiting on God to send you your kingdom spouse, because when a man truly like you, he will respect you when you set standards for yourself, or even if you already have standards set for yourself, and the guy just seems to not want to respect those standards. I just feel like that's just not the man for you, or I know I have some men follow my channel, or the woman for you that you're supposed to be with, because I feel like if a person really cares about you and they truly want to get to know you and respect you as a person, they supposed to respect your choices that you choose to make, meaning that if you're not trying to rush into being in a relationship with them or involved with them right away, that they should have the decency to know that, well, hey, this person is really they really serious about the choices they choosing to be in their life, or who they allow in their life. So I gotta respect that. So with that being said, I think with me from past relationships, me being, I felt like I was, I never been, which I thank the Lord, I never been in a relationship where a man has physically abused me, like meaning he put his hands on me or beat me. I'm thankful I never experienced that, but I feel like mental abuse is just as worse as physical abuse. And the reason why I say that, because mentally, if a person constantly telling you things like, "Oh, I love you, you're the one for me, and I feel like this going to be a future, and you're great," and telling you all these great things, but then come to find out they don't really mean what they say. So if you involved in a relationship and you just feel like this person constantly saying that you're a good person, and they not showing you that you're the person for them, I just feel like that's kind of like a red flag. And I think I had mentioned this a little bit while back in the video about how I just decided to wait on God, because at times I do feel like alone sometimes. Like I be feeling like, man, should I, do I really want to get back involved in a relationship, or do I want to get involved in a relationship just to say I got somebody? Because I see others around me, have a man in their life, and they get to go out and hang out with their man, or, but I had to think about it. Like, I had to tell myself, you don't want what others have, or you have to really be careful what you observe. Like, you don't really need to rush back into a relationship right now, because you already been through enough in your past. So why would you want to rush back into a relationship and you're going to keep getting the same results? Because one thing I have learned is that sometimes a person can come into your life to teach you a lesson, and some can be a blessing, meaning that sometimes you can't change people. I say that now. You can't change people, and people only will do what you allow them to do. So if you constantly keep settling and letting people just take advantage of you, they'll think that they can just run over you like a rug, like walk all over you. So I had to think about that, because I have been in some bad, relationships that kind of left me a little traumatized. And so I said for these last couple of years that I just need time to heal, because ain't nobody, I feel like this, and I think I seen a video or someone talking about this. You have to learn to love yourself first. Like, you need to put yourself more first before you allow somebody to come in your life and show you that they the one for you. Like, how can you expect for someone else to love you and care for you if you don't love yourself? So that means that you need to love yourself. Love on yourself first and know what you want out of life. So, and even in a relationship, like if you do plan on, being with somebody and you feel like this person the one, know what you will allow and what you will accept, but also know that you're capable of, like, you capable of great things. So don't allow nobody to make you feel guilty for wanting more in your life, because sometimes people be saying, well, your standards too high or this and that. No, it's just when you have been through a rocky past, like I say, sometimes people actions can speak so loud in their words. Sometimes you just you just feel like enough is enough. So I feel like I've been through this so much. Why will I keep allowing this to keep going on by different people and keep putting up with it? So, that's how I feel about that situation. But I just feel like just being single for these last few years, it just taught me just to just wait on God. Just learn myself more, heal. Because it's nothing like just being healed and just, taking time out for yourself. And one thing I'm thankful for, I know I'm kind of going on and on with this question, but one thing I'm thankful for is that God has allowed me to really just build my self-confidence up more within myself. So if he do plan on sending someone my way, I know what I won't allow, versus what I will put up with. So, yeah. Also, number 2 was, how has YouTube changed your life? YouTube has helped me build my confidence more within. Ever since I started my channel, I never knew that my videos could have impact on others. And just by giving an encouraged message or speaking my reality, it also has helped me to become more creative and learn a new skill in storytelling, editing, and filming. Editing, filming, storytelling is really something that I enjoy doing. I know I have gained a couple new subscribers over these past couple days or maybe week. But I started my channel, like when I started my YouTube channel, I was 37 years old. My very first video was a makeup video. And so YouTube always have been something that I've really been wanting to do for quite some time. I think one reason what really got me inspired to start my own channel was watching a lot of creators or other YouTubers that been doing it for so long. Like back then in 2020 when I had got laid off from my job and I lost my job, and we all know in 2020 the world basically was shut down, so you really couldn't do anything but just everybody was stuck in the house. And so with all that time being stuck in the house, at that time I wish I could have started sooner, but I didn't, I just at that time didn't have the right film, the right camera, I'm gonna say like that, because most people say you already need a camera or film equipment, but for me, I'm still filming from my phone. Like, I'm still considered a small creator, so I'm just still filming my videos and editing. I do all that on my phone. But when I started my channel, I was hoping and praying that I can't, which I'm glad that I learned a new skill, because I consider this like I have learned a new skill that I feel like could take me a long way, learning how to edit and, storytelling and, I feel like that's a great skill to have, because like I say, we living in the day and time now where skills is needed. Like if you can learn something or if you can find something you enjoy doing, I would encourage anybody to do that. It might not necessarily have to be content creation, but if there's something you want to do, I would say go for it, because like I say, even though I'm on the, even though I haven't reached 1,000 subscribers, I'm truly blessed and grateful for the community that I have built, within this 4 years time. Only thing about it, it has took me a long time to reach the community that that I currently got. Like I'm already at like 350 plus some subscribers. It really took me a while to get there. One thing I'm learning now with this time with YouTube, the algorithm has changed from when I first started my channel. Like I say, back then, you didn't really have to have like fancy, I ain't gonna say fancy thumbnails, but even now I'm seeing a lot of creators, they taking off and they don't necessarily probably have to have fancy thumbnails. So I just feel like, even with me being a content creator, I enjoy how it just gave me a voice. And also YouTube is something that I wanted to create, I wanted to create my channel so in the future I could see how far I go. So I basically wanted to document my life and see how far I would go in the future with, watching my videos and praying that maybe sometimes not sometimes, praying that my videos may have an impact or help someone else through their journey in life, and to just keep going at whatever goal they desire to do. Like, just don't give up, but just keep pushing. Like, just keep putting the work into whatever it is you want to pursue and accomplish. But yeah, YouTube has been it's been a great journey. I pray that I continue to grow. And yeah, it's been great. Like, I just love it. I love getting on the camera talking to you all. When I first started, I was extremely shy, but who wouldn't be shy? I'm talking, this is my first time filming myself talking to a camera and then about to upload a video. So I was pretty nervous, but it's like over the years, I kind of just come on here, talk to y'all like I'm talking to y'all, like in person. Like, one thing I do, I know I talk a lot with my hands, like I'm currently moving now, but I enjoy it. I really do enjoy it. So I just encourage anybody, whatever it is you want to pursue, just go for it. What are your future plans for YouTube? Okay, I pray that which I think I put in the second question, but I do pray that my community continues to grow, and that I can meet other YouTubers and creators. I even pray that I can meet some of you out in person. And I also pray that I could be able to be invited to YouTube events that are being held, maybe in different cities and states. And hopefully maybe one could be held in, where I'm currently living at. I also want to get better with storytelling. That's something I do. These last couple of days, I've been on Pinterest trying to get ideas and find prompts and taking notes down, because I do want to get better with storytelling. I want to be able to create videos that, catches my audience or the viewer's attention from the beginning to the end. Now, that's something I would say is really, really hard for me to do, like, which I feel like I'm getting better. One thing I'm learning with being a content creator, like, you never know which video gonna take off or which video gonna do well. Sometimes the videos that you think not gonna do well, them the ones that actually perform good. Like, you'll get the engagement all the way through. The ones that you put a lot of work into sometimes might not do as well. Like, for instance, I just posted a video of, like, I think went live 2-3 days ago. It's like it was a get ready with me. But I was trying to, edit it and do a storytelling in a different way. And I showed you all my very first YouTube video was the makeup video. I had included that clip in the beginning of the video. Then I went on and showed you all, like, the recent me and, me getting ready. And, I feel like when you put so much work into it, you be wanting the videos that you put the work into the most to do well. And in some cases it might do well, it just in some it might not. So it just depends on whoever watching the video, if they, the audience that's really just engaged into it. But like I say, it's just, that's the only thing that I'm praying that I could get better at, is with the storytelling and the hooks, and coming up more ideas on, like, filming locations. Because with me, you all know I'm a homebody, and besides the days if I'm scheduled to work, most of the time, majority of the times, if I'm off work, I'm always at home. But if you notice in some of my videos, I always like to start the day off where you see the trees or the sunlight or me doing something. I want to be able to get more better with doing that, like storytelling and visuals, so it's just. And then also, I'm a nature girly. Like, I love nature. I feel like nature and water is something that helps me give me a peace of mind. And so that's why I always like to include some form of nature in my videos in the beginning of my vlogs or whatever. So yeah, definitely getting better with storytelling. And also to be able to meet other content creators who have, probably started along with me, or who's been doing this for a long time. And maybe even meet the YouTube CEO. I would love, like I said, I would love to meet the YouTube CEO someday. So it say, what are some of your goals in life? Okay. One goal I kind of already accomplished that. One of my goals was that I wanted to go back and get my degree, go back to college and get my degree. That goal have been accomplished. I graduated and got my associate's degree in 2017. and I studied dietech technician, so that was like a nutrition program. It took me 4 years to get it, but I'm proud of myself. It was a 2-year community course. It took quite some time to finish, but I'm glad I did it. That's like one of my success stories that I do share a lot. But yeah, that's one goal that I have achieved. I also pray that I can buy and own my own house, a car, and that I can get married someday if it's possible. I pray that I can, get married someday. That's something that I desire. But to the time then, I'm waiting on God for that. I'm not gonna rush nothing. I'm not gonna chase nothing. I'm just gonna wait, continue to be patient, and wait on Him for that. It said, if I could go anywhere, where would I go? Boy, so many places I want to go, but I'm gonna give y'all my number one place. I would love to go to Paris, France. When I say Paris, France, I always been a dream come true for me. That I'm looking down, kind of read my notes. It's an experience that I would like to see what it's like in being in another country. I also want to see the Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower is so beautiful, just from looking at pictures of it, like on social. Well, I ain't gonna say social media. I have came across a lot of beautiful Eiffel Tower pictures on Pinterest. And when I say it's just breathtaking, and then just seeing, because at one point I had called, what has been my biggest struggle in life? I would say my biggest struggle in life is losing my hair at 25. And I know to some people, they probably say, girl, it's just hair. It's a minor thing. It's easier for some people to say things that if it's not affecting them personally, like if they never experienced losing their hair, alopecia, is really hard to deal with and battle with. Even to this day, you all know I've been telling you all I'm on this healing journey where I'm trying to be healed physical, and mentally. And so I had told you all that I had kind of wanted to start opening up and documenting my, alopecia journey with you all. Maybe, coming on camera, showing you all, like, the process of which you all have seen in quite a few of my videos where I've been, maybe filming myself doing my hair. But yeah, I just wanted to open up about that because it has really took a toll on me mentally, because at times it made me feel like I'm not as pretty enough, or maybe a guy won't want me because I don't have hair, or I wish it was a cure for alopecia. It's just sad that there are so many illnesses or sickness that's out here, but it can't be cured, and I just wish alopecia was one of them. Like, I wish I didn't even have to wear quick weaves and wigs. Like, I'd be looking at a lot of the queens be able to wear their natural hair. Like, when my natural hair was long, I used to enjoy wearing, like, I used to wear my natural hair wraps. I really miss that. But it's taken quite some time for me to just really accept that this is my reality now. But I pray that my hair can grow back someday. But yeah, other than that, that really has played my real reality, my real struggle in life is losing my hair at such a young age. And then even for me, even just styling my own hair, I know sometimes I might miss like areas, when I'm trying to cover the hair where it won't be seen, where you won't see like the baldness. Sometimes it's kind of hard to do that when you're doing it yourself. So most time when I'm styling my own hair, I have a mirror so I can see exactly what I'm doing. But yeah, that has been a very, very big struggle in my life, is just dealing with alopecia. Like, I'm like, man, why me? And then I had to think about it. I'm like, why not? Maybe my story can help someone else's out there. I just, like I said, I literally just uploaded a short day 4 yesterday of me styling my hair. And I never knew that video would touch so many people. Like, it reached like 1.1K views. And I think I had like 22 thumbs up. And, it just teach me that I'm not alone out here. So many women that's actually, battling with this. And, and sis, I can feel your pain, but I feel like we still beautiful. On the inside, it's just as well as the outside. It's like some things we just don't have no control over. But, it's something, it's slowly taking time for me to really adjust to this. But yeah, I pray that it do grow back someday. But if it don't, it's it's just my what I have to accept and just continue to keep moving forward. But yeah, that has been a big struggle for me. It say if you won the lottery, what would you do? I would uh, I would like to purchase my own home, and if I also would love to give back to my community by helping others that's in need of a place to stay. Maybe try to get with the mayor of the city to help build affordable homes for people to live in housing for the homeless where they can have meals provided in a place they can call home. When I say the homeless rate here, it's just ridiculous. Like since the pandemic and since inflation has increased, like the homeless rate is it's just out of control. And it's really sad because, y'all done heard me talk about it. I'm not just gonna get too deep into it. It's just the things, some of the things that I don't like, far as our leadership in general. Like think like far. I'm not trying to get too deep into the politic things, but it's just some things far as with the upper leadership that I don't like. I just feel like if you're gonna help other people, make sure you help your own peoples first before you help other people by sending money, other places. Make sure you taking care of your people first, taking care of home. Like I'm big on helping people. Like if I get it, I know I'm struggling myself, but sometimes it's the littlest things where you never know how you can have an impact on another person's life, and it's just really sad how I just feel like the years I have been on earth, 40 some years I have been alive, I just never seen nothing like it. It's just really sad we living in times now where people can care less about you, or, just care less about others in general, and they look down on people. And that's one thing about me. I would never look down on anybody. Like, I don't have much myself. I try to do the best I can. I try to appreciate, where I'm at right now, because it's like I said, a lot of stuff not going right in my life, but it's just sad that you got people out here doing the best they can, and they never thought that their life would be, turn out to be a certain way, and then it's no help provided for them. And that just breaks my heart to see things like that, because now I'm starting to see it more and more rare, where folks can just walk past you and act like they don't have a care in the world. I never forget a couple years ago, and I kind of had got teary-eyed from this. I think that was the last question, so I'm going to close the book. I think I had kind of got a little teary-eyed from this. This was a couple years ago. I never forget. I had just got off of work, and I had walked to Walgreens. And I at that time, I really didn't have a lot of money. So, because I wasn't planning on buying food, because I knew I was going to cook when I had got home. But to make a long story short, I had bought 2 big bags of Doritos, because Walgreens usually have like them big old Doritos, the nacho cheese, the ones in the red bag. And I had 2 of them. So when I left the store, it used to be a lady, used to always sit in the corner, older lady, and I knew she didn't have no home to go, because I have seen her quite a few times just hanging around, different stores or mostly always Walgreens. She would sit out, and she would have her like a little buggy, and it had like so much stuff inside there. So one day, when I had left Walgreens, I politely walked to her and gave her a bag of brand new Doritos, because like I said, I didn't have much, but it was just a thought that count. And that lady was so good, get them Doritos. Like, she really literally ate every bit of Dorito up. She said, thank you so much. Another case happened with me years ago when I used to do work study at work study program when I was in college. Because back then I was a full-time college student, but I still wanted to try to find ways to make money, while I was in school. Because like I said, at that time, I had a daughter. My daughter was still pretty young, and she, needed things. And so I worked at it was like a little place here in Memphis called like the Boys and Girls Club of Memphis, kind of like a little after school place that the kids can go to when they get out of school. They had like little, different little events, not events, but like different, like kind of, yeah, I would say more like an after school program where the kids can go to school, go there just to hang out, something like that. Almost like a little club. Well, it wasn't a club, but it was for kids of different age groups. They had like one person teaching arts and craft, one, the kids playing basketball. Then they provided me, provided little lunches for them, like school. And so there was a fruit lunches left over. And so at the time, one of the lady that was over, like the director that was in charge, she had told me I can take a couple of them home with me, because I asked her, because I didn't want to see them throw them out. And so I had caught the bus. At that time, buses, when I say at that time, buses was going good back in the day here, before the world changed. And so she let me have the fruit. So while I was at the bus stop, I had gave one of them to I think it was a lady. Yeah, it was a lady, and she was, I think she was homeless, because she was just sitting up there, and she had asked me something. Did she ask me did I have so much? No, she said, can I have $5 so I can get me something to eat? So I didn't have no money at that time on me. Like I say, I don't have much myself, but if I can help somebody in some type of way, if it's no more than a meal, giving them like a meal, or but anyway, just make the story short, I gave her one of the lunches. The lunches were sealed, like it hadn't been opened. That lady literally sat there, ate the whole lunch, and said, thank you so much. And it brought tears to my eyes, because it just said, the times we living in. You was always taught to do things in a righteous way, whereas you go to school, graduate, get your degree, work hard, and but nowadays in some cases working hard basically is not always good enough, because in some cases it might not even get you to where you trying to be at. It's like you working hard for other people, making them rich, but here you struggling, trying to provide for yourself and your family. And it's just really sad. But overall, I just feel like God is good. He gonna make a way regardless. And so with that being said, I think I'm gonna end this video off right here. And I just thank you so much, Queen, for sending me the questions. And I'm glad I hope I answered them to the best of the knowledge for you, because you all know I can talk. I can really talk. Even in my vlogs, it's like I always have some type of story to tell. But this is just my reality. I like to keep it real. So yeah. But you all have a great one. Until the next time, I'll be talking to you. Bye bye.